may remember 3 years ago we flew around some buildings that were undergoing facade repairs in the southeast Florida, particularly in the Miami Beach area, along the Collins Avenue and the Millionaires Row. Today, 3 years later, we have an opportunity to have a look at them again, this time to examine how these repairs performed. The building on the right side is 16 years old, and we can already see the cracks already formed and were repaired at the same locations we observed before. Granted, not all of them. The majority of locations haven't opened to the degree that we would be able to observe from that far away. The majority of those new cracks occur at the parapet wall around the flat roof at the top of the building. We'll also see some cracks formed at the floors below, like here there is a horizontal crack or two that are formed as a result of the differential floor movement. And you may remember I explained the genesis of those cracks, showing examples of construction that were undergoing in southeast Florida. The dowels formed of rebars that reach through the holes drilled in the edge of a concrete slab on the ridge down approximately 3 layers of CMUs, and below the ends of them and above the ends of them, that's where those cracks would form. You may have a look at the video that I posted 3 years ago after those aerial tours were done, and there are details that I showed from the modern buildings explaining this configuration and the mode of failure that we can observe on at the facades of existing buildings. And answering questions, yes, this is the actual current construction method that is being observed at every building construction site in southeast Florida. Wherever I stop my car at the red lights and have a look outside, that's what I'm seeing. It's cheap, it's easy, architects and engineers don't know any better. It will not last, as we can see at those examples. In the past, costs of those repairs were conveniently passed on to insurers whenever there was a convenient storm or a hurricane was claimed as a hurricane damage, typically. Ask me how I know. However, after the Surfside condo collapse, apparently the public got more sensitized about cracks, and these were simply conducted at the costs of the unit owners. A condo fee in this building for a 2-bedroom, approximately 2,000 square feet apartment would run you over 30 grand a year. Add to it the real estate taxes, which in this case run over 20 grand a year, and you may understand why there is a crisis on the southeast Florida condo market. So this was a relatively modern building. Let's have a look at another building that was slightly older. When I showed it to you at the time, it was roughly 55 years old. Today it's 3 years older. Partial public records that are available online show some interesting history. Apparently 15 years ago or so, it underwent a very thorough building enclosure renovation, and it was reported 14 years ago that it was still looking fine. Then the subsequent inspections led to the repairs that we were observing 3 years ago. So how does it look today, 3 years after those repairs were completed? Well, we can obviously see that the architectural stone rendering is gone. The character of the facade was changed because it was all covered with white stucco. making it more uniform, less along the lines of the original architectural concept. We can see some patching, some cracks reappearing. Here is a horizontal one soaked with water, making it easy to find. What is most evident are the horizontal separation cracks between the balcony slabs and the parapet walls. We can also see the pattern of cracks roughly matching the masonry units, the horizontal and vertical joints among them. And it's easy to distinguish the patches of repairs. Such frequent repairs have their consequences. You may remember the two-bedroom example in the other building where the condo fees would cost you over 30 grand a year. Here, a single bedroom apartment, according to a sales listing available online, would cost you over 25 grand in condo fees alone per year. No wonder the real estate market in this area stagnated. You can see stickers on a number of windows or terrace doors indicating apparently nobody bothered to remove them. Approximately 5% of the units in this building are for sale, and the average drop in the listing price was 20%, give or take. You can see that the building is still looking good, freshly painted, even those hairline cracks which soaked with water didn't have enough time to catch dirt from the air. And as always is the case, the worst conditions occur at the corners, or in this case, the curved sections of the parapet walls. The purpose of this work is education, and in order to keep it up in the air, we must avoid generating any hard feelings. And real estate is a very sensitive subject, as there is plenty of money at stake. Therefore, we generally do not publish names, addresses, or any other identifying details, no matter how interesting they may be. And we ask you to keep mum as well. Do not put any names or identifying information in the comments so we can keep it up in the air. Thank you.